The other thing that always grabs the headlines, Odell, his contributions to the offense. Not big numbers as far as receptions go, only a couple for 20 yards in the game against the Chargers. But Baker Mayfield talked about that topic and the things that Odell means to this offense.
For one, the run game, like you mentioned, he was off the charts physicality-wise. We talk about our identity is run first. We're a physical team. We're trying to finish people in the run game and dominate that. And you go back and watch him in the run game, he's physical, and you do that. And then go look at Rashard Higgins' touchdown. See how many guys are covering Odell compared to Higgy, and you'll see exactly what kind of value he brings to us. And so whether it's numbers on the outside, whoever wants to put a label on it, we're just trying to win ball games. And however that comes, if teams want to roll coverage over the top, he understands that's going to happen. And so we have to take advantage of his opportunities when they're there, because they're not going to come that often. And so that's the emphasis right now.
And the answer to that is 3. There were 3 defenders who went to Odell when Higgins was all alone on his touchdown catch. He brings an explosive nature to the offense that they haven't been able to use yet. I mean, that's untapped, and it will probably. Yeah. Do you think Jarvis Landry coming back helps that? I got to believe it does for Odell.
I would think. Yeah, I would think, Dave, we haven't seen Jarvis and Odell on the field together this year yet. I don't know if people even realize that, but we haven't seen that yet. So what happens when they get back on the field together? I don't know. And I understand it, you understand it. Anybody who watches the NFL understands wide receivers have to block. But when you hear your star quarterback talk about a former Pro Bowl wide receiver and blocking well on the running game, it makes you think, boy, I've got a fabulous looking car over here. What a great paint job on it, but it can't run. You know what I mean? It's like, well, great. I'm glad our wide receiver can block. I'm glad the car that can't run looks good, but I want our wide receiver, who is a dynamic playmaker, to make dynamic plays and to have that incorporated into the offense. So I think that's what all Browns fans are looking for. We want wins first and foremost. I get that. But, he's been back now, a couple of games. And have the Browns won every game? No. Has he looked pretty good? Yeah, he has. His 3 games in, they're 2-1. But I don't think, Dave, in fact, I think the best game where he was most incorporated back into the offense was his first game back. And I don't understand how it hasn't taken off. And I know they didn't practice together much because he was coming back from his knee and all that. I get it, you get it. They say game reps are different than practice reps. Sure they are. I just don't get, since he's been here, how it hasn't really worked. And I would assume there's they're equal parts of coaching, quarterback, receiver, who knows everything else. But man, it's stunning to me that he hasn't become a regular key contributor on the offense, more so than as a guy who's attracting 3 defenders or a guy who's doing a great job of blocking downfield.
Yeah, I would agree. It's kind of like driving a NASCAR in a school zone. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing with it?
Yeah. What's the sense?
Yeah, I gotcha.